I'm Danielle Betras, head of revenue for Wirecutter at the New York Times. The definition of premium media will evolve as platforms proliferate in a way that I think is really interesting. I think at Wirecutter we've proven that trust sells, and I think what we'll see is the intertangling of trust and premiumness. The principles by which we've built the media and advertising business are the same that we believe at the New York Times at large, that advertising can be additive and beautiful and not disruptive to our customer experience. And I think that will continue to be true. And the trust that our readers feel in the New York Times and in Wirecutter will increasingly be a halo for the trust that they feel for our advertising partners. It's incredibly important to ensure the responsible and ethical use of AI. The Times has three principles by which we experiment with and use generative AI. The first is that it should be in service of our mission. We are not creating or using technology for technology's sake. The second is that we do it with human review. So at the place where the technology currently is today, we think it's important to infuse our human expertise, which is deep, with the expertise that the machine learning and the AI can bring us. And then the last one is that we use it transparently and ethically. And what that means is that as our reader or as our business partner, we want you to know when you're interacting with AI. And that's really just part of the respect and trust that we have for our users. We launched, for example, automated voice across our platform. So say you want to read one of our articles, but you're multitasking, you might be cooking or working out. You can listen to pretty much any New York Times article via an automated voice. And it's one of the places actually that generative AI has helped make huge leaps and bounds. The voices are really good these days. They sound very natural, but we want you to know and understand that that's an automated voice. We don't want to trick you into thinking that you're listening to a human voice. And that's a principle that we really apply anytime that you're interacting with any of our features that are informed by AI. The biggest gap between AI's promise and operational reality today, it's a very quickly adapting and developing technology. But today there's still a gap between what I would call consistency and accuracy. So as the New York Times and Wirecutter, we play in spaces where it's important to our readers and it's important to our business partners that we get it right. I would say that's where the importance of the human review and the human in the loop applications of AI come into play. But I think the really exciting thing is that even where the technology is today, there are many, many applications that are valuable to our business, to journalism, and to our readers as well, that are absolutely possible with today's capabilities and with that human in the loop application. How do we maintain the balance between the push for automation and human creativity and storytelling? Well, we embrace it fully. And I think the really exciting thing is that there are many tasks that need to be done, and they need to be done well, but they can also be automated. And they're repetitive, and they might be programmatic, and in some cases systematic. And what that means is that we can actually automate those tasks to free up our incredible talent to use their human creativity to be able to accelerate and think about what comes next for our business. And that's really exciting for us, and I think it's exciting for our team as well. Wirecutter is really in the business of reader service. That's how we think about what we do. And the partnerships that also deliver a unique reader service that we as Wirecutter couldn't deliver on our own, and that our partners also couldn't deliver on their own, I think is really kind of the gold standard. We have a partnership with Google Shopping. And what we're seeing, one of the user behaviors that we're seeing in shopping is that people are waiting more and more and more last minute to actually take care of some of their shopping needs, especially when it comes to some of those high stakes shopping moments like the holidays, for example, which of course we just finished. We have a partnership with Google Shopping to take advantage of a really unique feature that they have, which is called Shop Nearby. And what that means is that after you've done all of this research and you have found the perfect Wirecutter recommended gift for that tricky person on your list, but you happen to wait a little too long and online shipping just isn't going to do it for you, you can use this feature, Shop Nearby Google feature that's integrated into the Wirecutter website to actually find that Wirecutter recommended perfect product and perfect gift 10 minutes down the road from you, or 5 minutes down the road from you at a retailer. And that's really exciting. And we've seen really impressive pickup, user behavior, and trial of that new feature because it's delivering on that consumer need that was there already. And it's a partnership that's delivering that reader service, that really empathetic reader service. So I think that's just one example of how I see partnerships evolving. So one bold prediction that I would make for all of us in 2026 2026 and beyond, the horizon of 2030, would be, as marketers and advertisers, we're really used to thinking about the B2B or B2C paradigm. And I think that a new customer is entering the chat, and that would be an agent or an API. And I think it's really fascinating as marketers to think about how we service and market to a new type of customer like that, and what is the art and science of marketing to the agent or to the API. And so I would say, in addition to B2B or B2C, we need to be thinking about B2A. Thank you so much. And that's my take on where the industry is going and what really matters next.